흑수는 한낱 도구에 불과할 수도 있지만 파우스트는 그렇지 않아요. 흑수, 뮤로사의 저도, 소지우사도 이름을 돌려받은 저는 주군의 충실한 검이자 노력하는 제자입니다.
Good to know. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ekamac. This is Let's Play Numerous Company. The Mirror of Dreaming is shutting down today, so let's go through one more run through this nonsense. I did get all the achievements. I've probably shown off that I got it all, but I figured I might as well share that again. My currently fully charged team is Rupture. Also, I can say with confidence that it's better to throw in the thumb identities into, the thumb identities work better in burn teams than in tremor teams, although they can fit into either. So you're just getting all my usual setups. And let's rock! So, is the... Okay. Let's get the nest and technology for that rupture count booster. And as usual, I'm going to shuffle my characters around a bit. Although I think...
실력 없으면 따라오지 마세요.
I haven't really figured out a good pattern now that we have the Heisho pack in. It was so much easier when I fit so. Where am I going with this thought?
흑수묘, 빈박질 준비.
Before they released all the Heisho pack identities, I knew exactly what I did or was doing, but that's not the case anymore. She's trying, but she isn't winning clashes. She's the only one not winning clashes. And because of the level boost we took at the start, she's not going to get SP from allies killing things. Or from her killing things, really. Man, the game just really doesn't want her to let her have anything.
배달 보조 및 통제 시퀀스 시작. 침착하게 활로를 개척하십시오.
I can't wait for her to fail this clash as well. No, Donnie managed it in the end. I think the setup actually was I think the setup was actually built in regards to Talisman Sinclair, and now that we don't have Talisman Sinclair, really should move on to someone into a new setup. But I don't know, I think she's a fun tank. And does have decent rupture count application.
길 좀 막지 마.
강력 배달 모드로 기동.
I did originally have the other Heisho pack Rodian in here, but then I realized that I could instead use her for the Poise team, so that I could use. That way, if I'm using my Bleed team, I can swap in for the Kurokumo Rodian there. If I get all the stuff for a Kurokumo team, so yeah. It's amazing how much you can backtrack to try and make people try and have optimal rest bonuses.
깔끔하게 몰았군. 자, 어쩌겠지.
Now the real question is that after we get to the end of everything, will we have easy access? Or more, what I'm saying is that will we get Hell's Chicken pack, because that's always such an annoying thing to track down. We do have Wrath and Gluttony, but he usually gets more angry if you just ask him about his faith.
자, 됐지? 시간 없는데 이런 걸 시켜.
Oh, actually, Gregor's probably going to be winning us a lot of skill checks that we really shouldn't be able to, it looks like.
검이 문제를 해결해주기도 합니다.
Okay, so what can we work with? Fluorescent Lamp Plus is actually a lot of fun with the Heisho pack around.
필두, 출진.
Kind of hate Nico. Always seems to have that,
길 좀 막지 마.
what's the thing I'm thinking of? Nico always seems to show up and have those extra skill slots to make for rude, difficult encounters on the later floors. Please!
헤어내리.
깔끔하게 몰았군.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
가치 없군. 죽어라.
Maybe I'm just looking at it the wrong way, but I think that I think Heisho Forced, or whatever name you want to use, I think she's a bit overrated. They say, oh, it's really easy to get her to skill 3 once every 2 turns, but bingo! Yeah, as I was saying, It doesn't really happen in the unfocused encounters, and that's when most of the fights happen. Unfortunately, you saw nothing is just more profitable every time.
실력 없으면 따라오지 마세요.
The
방해되거든요.
unfocused encounters are what I spent a lot of time in, and the other thing that I spent a lot of time in is the thread excavations, which means that she only kicks in after a few turns, and then you're sacrificing other people's SP gain for it. But maybe I'm just a sore loser.
헤어내리. 불쌍하게 울부짖는군.
이제 깨우치시게.
흑승려 뜀박질 춤.
시간 끌지 말고 길에서 비켜.
So we have the battery and we have the thunder branch, so we inflict extra rupture on every hit and we inflict extra rupture count whenever we're supposed to inflict rupture. The only thing we are missing, well, I guess there is the chicken part that we're going to get for winning this, but more importantly is that if we can get the talisman bundle, then it also means all of our slash attacks, which is a very decent number, will also inflict rupture count at the end. Things are going to start exploding very quickly.
헤어내리.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
숨통 끊기.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
깨우치시게.
시간 끌지 말고
페이지
길에서 비켜.
로봇들이 통제 시퀀스 시작. 침착하게 판로를 개척.
You know, this is where it punishes you for being a bit too fast, isn't it?
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Okay, I guess this is actually the situation where assisted defense comes in quite handy.
승리를 위해서라면.
제가 지역의
헤어내리.
깨우치시게.
The thing is, she really needs to have a large group of other Heisho in order to stick down the required... Oh, what is it? She needs others to put down the required death rights so she can trigger them, and it just doesn't happen. You aren't special. We can't collect anything else, and there's no one that interesting there. So this should help fix up Gregor's poise count generation, but it's also possible that it might aim itself at forced instead. I don't know whether her skill 3-2 counts or not.
필두, 출진.
She's a tank.
불가, 위약. 막아내지 못하리.
아직 죽진 마라.
What did Donnie do to you?
길 좀 막지 마.
끝내지.
이제 깨우치시게.
숨통 끊기.
I just saw her get a critical. I think the Pendant of Nostalgia is actually programmed backwards, unfortunately. But anyway, we can get... the AoE damage is nice. It pays off in the late game where you have to start spamming ego. We haven't picked up something yet to really fill our ego resources. So then, wave back.
야음을 틈타.
And remember to fuse it away when we get the chance.
헤어내리.
How much rupture do you want? Yes.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하게.
끝내지.
Of course, the penalty for doing this is that it gives you the what cause a PM, but we can get rid of it easy enough. I mean, if you want gluttony, we have plenty of gluttony.
때로는 검이 문제를 해결해주기도 합니다.
이 경로는
Yeah, this is basically me just going through one final run of Mirror Dungeon before it gets replaced. I can't say that I'm looking too forward to the new one because, well, greed.
흑수며 뒷박질 중.
It just feels a little bit desperate if they're only giving out new identity bonuses to people you get specifically from the extractions. It feels kind of disrespectful. Especially since there's an upcoming crossover, they might be planning to make those extraction only as well. And you don't get any bonus for them.
침착하게 항로를 개척하십시오.
Oh wow. Many people now. Although enough that we can cancel out all of their main attacks, interestingly.
이제 깨우치시게.
But yeah, the thing is, the reason Starlight was cool was because it gave a sense of progression to the Mirror Dungeons, even though it was reset every time. Eventually they got tired of it, because everyone said, this feels too difficult the moment that it started up, even though you're meant to build up over time.
들지 말고 길에서 비켜. 길에서 비켜.
They eventually just said, okay, we're going to stop giving you these power nerfs, but it also meant that we felt rather lackluster in power in the next round. It cost us a sense of progression. Now the thing is, I don't think that they're bringing it back properly. I think they're just changing the name, because I didn't see any sort of skill trees.
이제 깨우치시게.
So it's in fact basically more rest bonus. Maybe a cumulative rest bonus, but still just a rest bonus. I'm also not sure I like the change in art style for the
실력 없으면 따라오지
identity
마세요.
organization, but that might just be because they were using a vertical screen. Well, actually, I don't think this game is played without vertical screen, is it?
흑수며 뒷박질 준비.
I'll give that she was at least really cool for using in the Lei Hang fight,
숨통 끊기.
where under deploying her and having Ryoshu and Forced could let you speed through the fight. But apparently there is a more Ishmael cheese strategy as well, which is sad. It's sad because it makes me think I really should have thought of that, shouldn't I?
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
가치 없고 이제 끝내지.
그쪽 방향 아닐 텐데.
Actually, I think the reason, now that I think about it, the reason why
쪽일지 잘
Malphite
생각해보라고.
just doesn't feel that interesting to me might actually be because she needs a strong enemy that really lasts, so you can rack up all those death rights and Starblade bonuses, and you don't get that with this. You don't get that in Mirror Dungeons. Everything dies quickly. So there's no time to save up. You don't get that in Experience or Thread Luxcavations because, again, the things die too quickly. And I've had no interest in going back to do the small Headless Ichteus.
헤어내리. 숨통 끊기.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Ironically, after I said that, it might end up being that we get to see her enhance skill 3 after this, because he is actually zippy enough that the win rate button isn't quite matching up skills properly. But I could always be wrong. Maybe we stagger that. Or maybe we just outright kill him. Who knows?
그쪽 방향 아닐 텐데.
It's kind of interesting to see skills that act as a parry, but it kind of gets silly when they weren't being attacked in the first place. Ooh, a bleed gem. I don't remember anything else that we need for Rupture. Huh. Oh, that's why. Because it's kinda lame. Honestly, any of the gems are kind of fun to have because there's got to be some sort of ego in your group that's going to be enhanced. Such as, for here, Yearning Marsala. But that said, let's think about it. I think this team has a terrifying weakness to blunt, is what my answer is. Let's at least try and equalize it a bit.
흑수며 뒷박질 춤.
이것도 받아보시게나.
Gain final power for having rupture on the target. Honestly, I don't think she's gonna win the clash. We might as well take it like this.
길 좀 막지 마.
플루드리차 강력 발전기
We have a large amount of rupture on him right now, actually.
자, 테디, 나를 따라해 보는 거야. 짜잔.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
흑수며 뒷박질 춤. 가척.
I forgot how quickly that rupture can burn through an HP bar if it's only one target. The only reason it took a while with the other guy is because he has so many different body parts. Okay, we can take the resilient and the resilient. Special contract, why not? Okay, who's next? Tearful things. Although they tend to be tuned for 4 different people, getting a free thrill would be nice. Fix the fluorescent lights.
어려울 거 없다고 했잖아, 죽은.
Crap.
필두, 출진.
Oh wait, no, it's not the crab, it's what's his face, okay.
흑수며 뒷박질 춤. 숨통 끊기.
And we busted the shield, so we get a free attack next turn as well. Thought occurs. Reuse at 10 plus speed. Reuse at 10 plus speed. Gain Tianju's Starblade every time an ally triggers a death right effect. Gain 1 additional if it's myself. So in theory, she could use up that entire passive just by using her skill 2. But it requires the target to keep Rupture on it, and that can be kind of hard to do. Ah, darn it! She's too fast. Or too slow, really.
불가 위야 마지막 사리
힘좀 써줘.
출력 상승 요청.
Not that it mattered, he's already dead.
그쪽 뼈는 아닐 텐데.
No kill bonuses though, because it's a self-destruct.
어려울 거 없다고 했잖아, 죽은.
필두 출진
Feels like they are starting to try and bring back the single coin skills. The single coin skill 3 that are actually good more. Yeah, because we didn't get a kill on the serpent, we didn't get any SP restore.
잘 생각해보라고.
I mean, I'd love to be proven wrong and find out that the upcoming Starlight bonuses actually do give us little things for improving the early game, like SP restores or starting with ego resources. I'm just doubtful that it's going to happen.
흑수며 뒷박질 춤. 거쳐 죽어.
그쪽 뼈는 아닐 텐데.
Ooh, so if you use the skill 3 and the defensive skill, I was wondering about this, it actually gives her 2 stacks of assist defense instead of 1.
힘좀 써줘.
출력 상승 요청.
On the upside, it does seem like they're aiming to give, if you only have one team you aren't as heavily punished anymore.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
가치 없군. 죽어라.
빌리버리 캐리어 출력 상승. 포착 기능을 감사드립니다.
이제 깨우치시길.
I think they should start bringing back two-star identities because not whether they use them or not was never about, oh, this identity looks bad because of its numbers. It's always been about their actual numbers.
태어내리.
Although I say that, but they actually heavily disencouraged using two-star identities this canto because they made all the numbers go up by such a degree that anything that isn't from Bloodfiend or higher or newer, and even then it's not entirely possible, but basically anything from this canto or the last canto is the only thing you can use. Anything before that won't have the skill power necessary. We are getting thrill.
이 경로는
I don't think this one drops the glasses, so we can't go for the acceptance letter ego gift. Darn it, it's you again. Although we aren't sticking down death rights immediately this time. I take that back, we're sticking down death rights immediately.
자, 어쩌겠지. 잘
It's just going to be at the tail end of the turn, not the front. Not that it matters because those are the speed death rights.
숨통 끊기.
Okay, so he's still going then.
흑수무. 빈박질 춤.
페이지 1. 메달리 부분이 승제 시퀀스 시작. 침착하게 판로를 개척하십시오.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
흑수미 뜀박질 중.
Anytime you're ready to drop dead, buddy. Thank you. It's always so annoying, isn't it? When you see it pop up, when you pick the random gift and it gives you something you already heard. Yeah. Less nocturnal sweeping, even though it might be a bad idea. We have the bleed gem, so we have Don Quixote's fun.
실력 없으면 따라오지 마세요. 방해되거든요.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
I really should look at the Rupture Fusion recipes again because I think we might be able to get a cool little Rupture Fusion gift.
그쪽 방이 아닐 텐데.
Oh yeah, there's Thrill kicking in.
헤어내리.
Which actually means we need to be cautious about which, what was I thinking of? We need to be cautious about using ego gifts because they're probably going to kill people off before we get to finish them off, so we don't get the SP bonus for the kills. I wonder if we are actually going to kill off Ricardo, or if we're going to just convince him to go elsewhere, because he seems to be a rather popular character. For the writers, at least. But that's not a good combo. That is a good combo.
헤어내리.
그쪽 방이 아닐 텐데. 자,
Oh dear, he exploded.
쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
It is actually worth thinking about how forced assist defense will come in handy against the sweepers, because the sweepers are very rude. There we go, Ragged Umbrella. Shame we don't have the sunglasses to go with it. It is that hour of night where it becomes impossible to guess the time. We've gone off the bus for some reconnaissance when I sense a sudden ominous tremor. I face the origin of the tremor, only to see a massive flood of sweepers rushing towards us. The longer we hesitate, the closer they're getting! Gluttony and pride advantage. Forster identifies a prospective shelter and calls the other sinners over. We all ran into the shelter. We realized the place was already occupied. It didn't look big enough to hold us all, however. It was an odd mishmash of a bar and a restaurant. Slightly awkward to be called a bar, not robust enough to be called a restaurant. People were enjoying their meals here anyway. I beg your forgiveness for our intrusion, one of the sinners shouted, and that seems to have been acceptable enough for the deck guest. They get over their initial confusion and nod affirmatively. We could hear something moving outside, but at least this shelter seems safe.
때로는 검이 문제를 해결해주기도 합니다.
When taking lethal damage, 60% not to take that damage and heal 30 HP. Does not trigger when we have skill damage higher than our max HP or HP healing down. The night deepens. Pursue the fleeing intruder. Forster pursues the intruder. The intruder comes to a brief stop at a sharp turn. Forster does not miss that opportunity, swings their weapon, but they only succeed in cutting off some fabric. They drop something in the process, however. There was a yellow fabric on the ground.
때로는 검이 문제를 해결해주기도 합니다.
If the ally speed is faster than the targets, the ally inflicts speed additional rupture or rupture count when inflicting them with skills. It's not the ego gift, but the skills. Grab that ASAP. Oh dear, did I just... Yep, I didn't leave enough so I can max out Thrill. Although we could make it work anyway. And the question is there enough left over? Okay, so they aren't the ones that combine anyway. Revolver, Thunder Branch, Shard, and Bone Stake. This gift activates when 5 more identities have attack skills that apply potency or count. Rupture effects deal extra damage to shield. Enemies with Rupture lose Rupture potency divided by 2 plus 3 offense level and defense level to a maximum of 6. When inflicting Rupture, inflict extra Rupture potency and count. If the target less than 15 Rupture potency, inflict more. If Rupture cannot be applied, gain coin power divided by number of coins instead. That actually, hopefully that doesn't apply to the negative coin skills on Lantern Yi Sang. I think that's why they... Honestly, they can't blame us for not using the latest 2-star identity. The latest 2-star identity was Lantern Yi Sang, because Lantern Yi Sang was very lopsided and weird and clunky.
길 좀 막지 마.
No, not the trust disposal. Oh wait, we one-shot him for some reason.
그저 하염없이 모든 피를. 그래, 그렇게 화물이.
I used away the balloon clearer, didn't I? That would have been fun to have with this. We might have done that a little too fast. No, we're still okay. One, two, three, four, but he gains 2 poise count. We should be fine there. Hex Nail to punish them for the free attacks they're going to be getting off.
헤어내리.
이제 깨치시게.
숨통 끊기.
Oh, Udas's last weakness got her there.
자, 테디. 나를 따라해보는 거야.
If only we had gotten to move first with the Hex Nail, maybe the healing would have helped.
길에서 비켜.
침착하게 선물을 gen착하십시오.
주군께서 찾아오시는 건 아니, 말씀하십시오.
Actually, you know what? Sun Shower so she can pick up a little bit of poise? That might be nice. Ugh, look at that. Look at that boost to her base power thanks to the
좀 막지 마.
bleed gem.
쓸데없는 관심 필요 없다.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
저 로신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
아직 죽지 마라.
이제 깨치시게.
And there's the Ascendant Arts.
깨치시게.
You know, it's kind of funny that I was saying, she's not that good, and then we're getting this nonsense where she actually is that good.
흑승 뜀박질 춤. 숨통 끊기. 가치 없다. 죽어. 그림자 속으로 가라앉게.
길에서 비켜!
One thing that slightly annoys me about their persistence is that if they get staggered, but then persistence unstaggers them, they still get to use the unbreakable coins. That one feels very irritating to me. Okay, final stretch, here we go.
의미 없는 탈색을 지향합니다. 배달을 즉시 수행하여 귀하의 목숨을 보장하십시오.
Although there's not enough people there to actually get the assist
좀
defense.
막지 마.
가치 없다. 죽어.
이제 깨우치시겠.
시간 끌지 말고. 자, 로신한테.
You have to wonder about how they're connected to blood fiends. Given their focus on family, they might actually be a type of blood bag or blood fiend. Which would explain why Don Quixote was so horrified by the concept after meeting them in person.
그저 하염없이 모든 피를.
When do we get the Don Quixote sweeper fixer identity? I'd like to know.
잘근잘근 씹어버리겠네.
Just crush them.
이제 깨우치시겠.
그림자 속으로 가라앉게.
I mean, seriously, how did they still get to trigger their attack after that? And why is it always Utis that gets the backlash? She's the one with the lust weakness, darn it. Survived. I wonder when they're next going to use that status. Anyway, I could go for parallel superposition, but I don't need to. So until next time, guys, take care. We'll see you all around.
여유로웠어. 아예 여기서 밥 좀 먹다가 출발해도 될 것 같은데. 다들 식량 꺼내.
And I'm willing to bet that most of that damage came from that encounter just now. And by getting these bonuses, I'll have the bonuses ready for when the reset happens. They change over the mirror dungeon and I get another full batch of experience. But yeah, I was wrapping up, wasn't I? Till next time, guys, take care. I'll see you all around.
준비된 자부터 아침복으로 시작해라. 준비라고 말하는 것은 항상 말했듯 여러 가지의 절차를 포함한다. 목적과 방식, 과정과 결과, 그리고 모든 것을 아우르는 예의. 갖추지 않은 자는 목숨 또한 갖출 필요가 없는 것으로 인지하겠다.